Jerks. What I said is motion waggling and AR aiming are not the same thing. And I stand by that. Yeah, I don't believe I can get up there yet. Yeah, I need to double jump. And me saying that, like, this guy who has never touched a Nintendo Wii in his life, it sounds like. The moment I say that AR aiming is better than stick aiming, and that the best version of Metroid Prime is on the Wii, he just goes, no, 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 no. It's like, that can't be a thing. No, 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 no. And just would not, and it was like, having this, just, like, vitriolic reaction. Like, I had said something that is like...
You had said something cancelable.
Yes.
Like, video talked about, like, you know, motion controls and shit. They talked about what they call drive-by ship hosting. And
is there a hidden morph ball tunnel back over?
I don't fucking remember.
So many upgrades require going... Wait. Yeah, it's up here. Okay. Good. I'm not crazy. And yeah, now that I've adjusted my hands...
That one video had, like, a talk...
Hold on. What I remembered... I can find it. On. And you can make your point in a second. I'm just... There's a morph ball. There it is. I remember. Okay. Well, both... So, the pointer aiming... And it's so funny hearing a guy that's, like, never touched a goddamn Wii in his life. No, 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 no. It's like, oh, that can't be. No, 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 no.
The one video had, like... Well, I say video, but technically the...
Yeah, missile for missile.
Well, I say video, but technically the one person made, like, 2 videos. Their second video, which was a comment, like, them talking about comments they got about why people disliked motion controls. They said was the way a bunch of the, like, comments were talking. They assumed that's, like, a bunch of people were people that actually never played a game with substantial motion controls and just assumed it was bad through word of mouth and, like, terrible Connect and, like, E3 shows.
Yes! And the one streamer guy was the fucking same, and it just bothers me.
The other funny thing about that, I swear I can't remember if it was, like, a week before or, like, week after, but around the time you, like, found that one stream and the one thing happened, I found the one video and I was like, this, like, has lined up way too well.
Because the one guy just refused to acknowledge that the terrible, like, cancerous Wii, it's like, his just brain, and I don't want to sound like an ass, but just the way it's like, how could Wii controls be amazing? Waggling is bad. Motion is bad. Casual nonsense is bad. No, 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 no. How could the Wii have the best point? Like, how could the Wii have the best shooter controls? I'm like, you're bullshitting, man. There's no fucking way. It's like...
I wanted to see the parallel universe where the a Wii was around the power of, like, the 360 or something, so at that point it was able to actually get all the HD games, meaning that the Wii versions of, like, the Call of Duty games would actually be the best because they would have the graphics of the other one and still have, like, motion control bullshit.
Okay.
God, I want to see that parallel universe.
We'll just go get some shit. You mainly come over here for the one power-up, and when you get the bombs and everything, that's generally how you get to sort of the first world boss.
I guess when playing a Nintendo game, we shouldn't be talking about parallel universes.
But I'm probably gonna backtrack. This is the only powers you need to progress. And you can progress in here, but I'm gonna go backtrack for missiles and shit. But basically, technically, the reason I'm hung up on this, and it's just so funny because this remaster would have literally shut that man up because he could have had stick controls and sort of had the illusion of getting a first-person shooter the way it should be versus any gyro or motion aiming where you have this free... Oh, yeah, we could also... Wait. Actually, hold on. Yep, no. Technically, what I was going to say is possible, but that would be dangerous and stupid. So we're going to kind of ignore that. There's a power-up involved for that water jet, but I can't. So...
Well, we're not a bad enough ombre yet.
Anyway, the reason that his stream sort of bothers me is because this is a guy who has seemingly never touched a fucking Wii, saying in the most condescending, like, no, you can't be right. How is that a thing? It's like, dude, I tried to explain, and it's just his refusal to acknowledge this, where I'm like, I said, the AR pointer just tracks your movement and gives you, like, really solid, like, aiming. And I brought up, because this is what the AR pointer on the Wii does, that you just move the controller, and you just point at stuff like this, and split Joy-Cons make this feel way better. Hybrid was fine, but this is beautiful. And it is a gyro, so there is the unfortunate loss because the Wii tracks things and can recenter based on the sensor bar, but to have a guy basically not at all acknowledge the Wii. And what irks me about him and his opinions and shit is I'm the one who played the goddamn Wii. And it's one thing to have played the, like, Wii I'm sorry, this just pisses me off. If you played the Wii version and think it controls worse than, like, standard dual stick, that's an opinion. Telling the guy that played the Wii version that you never played, telling the guy that played the Wii version that you've apparently never touched, telling me that I'm wrong, and that it's like, how can motion controls be good? It's like, dude, it's not motion, it's a pointer. And him just, I don't know, man, I don't get it, I don't know how it's like, and just this refusal, like, how is the Wii good? Casual waggling, I don't get it, bro. It's like, and just this refusal to acknowledge that, and this kind of condescending, oh, whatever you say, man, but I don't know, and just never shutting up. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't want to come off like an ass, but this was literally someone who refused to ever acknowledge that a pointer-based aiming scheme is a natural fit for shooters in a way that stick aiming would never be. And that this, motherfucker just refuses to acknowledge that there's anything good in...
That's why I believe that one video was named Motion Controls, a Rejection of Progress.
Yes. Because it is better. Gyro, unfortunately, can have some problems if you lose calibration, but I'm going to also be that guy. Clicking a button to recalibrate takes all of 5 seconds. And if you're unable to click a single button to recalibrate in the middle of your gameplay, I will be...
That was why I will have a small caveat. If it depends on, like, what the button is. In this instance, the button is... you said it was, like, L or R?
It's both R triggers.
Oh.
It's R
and ZR.
Which irks me, because I wish they had made it just like R. It should have just been R so that you could use one of the...
My point is...
If I could use one of the triggers for shooting, that would actually be really nice.
My point is it's a button that's relatively,
That's what I was looking for.
it's a button that's relatively in reach. If it was like a minus or something, that's one of those, okay, that would be a bit awkward and would lead to certain like scenarios and stuff. So I could see, like, I can understand that being a problem for someone, because that would be an awkward button to wrap around, because it's it just
I love doing that. The fucking cheater jump.
Also, another thing, and I just thought about it, but again, the
Oh, come on. Damn it. Ah! Cheater jump!
There's a reason I added that.
Because otherwise you'd have to do a double bomb jump, and I hate bomb jumping. Bomb jumping feels like an exploit.
Well, remember, in Super Metroid, it was an exploit.
Okay, so this is what I came back here for.
Remember, bomb jumping has always been an exploit, but it's one of those things that despite being an exploit, people try to act like it was intentional.
Got 30 missiles, we got...
But then again, this is the internet. If your opinion is louder, that makes you more correct.
Okay. Might go to the boss fight.
Because you're seeing, I wanted to say this at some point during.
I'll finish my other.
I wanted to say this at some point during your tangent. You see, the internet doesn't work on people being actually right. It works on who thinks they're more right.
I played the goddamn Metroid on the Wii, and this fucking... I'm sorry, dude, and I know he doesn't really watch my stuff, and I don't want to come off incredibly rude, but, like, I'm sorry, you were being a jackass and just refusing to acknowledge that AR pointer aiming is really good for shooters because you're a fucking purist that thinks stick aiming is good and that anything on the Wii is like casual waggling and casual garbage. Refusing to acknowledge that the Wii has the best shooting gameplay in general, simply because pointer aiming is just a natural extension of your arm in a way that a stick would never be able to mimic, and that the Wii had, you know, an amazing...
Remember going back to that one video, because that one video is like the big sort of center point of this discussion. They brought up how that weird, like, Wii remake sequel thing of, like, a GoldenEye, how because it was, you know, a traditional first-person shooter on the Wii, that it was, like, marketed and sold was a, like, classic controller dual stick bundle, and like all these outlets and shit were acting like that was like the definitive way to play the game and the like true experience. And
I just came here for the safety save.
And shit, because I think my favorite story related to like motion aiming and shit is that when Treasure was developing Sin and Punishment Star Successor, they were developing the game basically was a GameCube controller, but like Nintendo's R&D department played it was like the Wii remote, and Treasure thought that Nintendo would say the game is too hard.
However, they
Nintendo thought it was too easy. Because they were
their R&D team was using Wii aiming and having way more.
Cool.
Right. 8. Nintendo's R&D team. This is also another scan.
They were using the Wii remote because they were developing the game with stick aiming in mind. Like earlier development builds were apparently like a lot slower because it's one of those like, you know, a developer realized the impreciseness of stick aiming, and because they realized that they were apparently building the game around that. Like, that's a funny thing. Remember, the original Sin and Punishment, besides your standard fire, it also actually has a, like, lock on fire where you don't have to aim, you can focus on dodging. It's just the lock.
Lock on.
It's just the lock on, because you're locked on, it deals less damage. My point is this.
Oh, damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it.
One of those funny things where.
My point in all of this rambling, and I was repeating shit, and I know it's kind of tiring, was someone who refused to acknowledge that the Wii's AR aiming was really good for shooters and everything, and told me, someone who had actually played the game, that I must be wrong, and that he just couldn't fathom how a Wii could have, like, really good shooter aiming. And it's just so damn funny to me.
Oh, holy shit, you can actually hit it from here.
It's not one of those.
I know it's not what you need, but it's just one of those, like...
Jumping around, seeing if I spot it.
I always get amazed when you're able to scan something from pretty far away.
Oh yeah, it's under the boxes. I remember that now. The one. It's under the boxes. The grass. Yep.
You probably say grass?
Grass? Okay. Jumping around again in the scan mode. Come on, I've played this game. Yeah, every time. It's that one. And because of how this works, up at the top you have to go scan. That's what I was missing. We walked past it because it's on the wall. Because it's right there and it was kind of out of view and I forgot about that. But the whole point with this motion debacle, standard random waggling I can kind of agree is bad, but AR aiming is not waggling. Oh, I'm still missing one, damn it. Oh. Do this every time I play this game. Always miss. Damn it. Damn it. There it is. Yeah. That activated it.
There are actually two hidden under the grass then.
It's one by the boxes and it's one on the side platform. Yeah. It's fine. On. Okay. Yeah, it's around. It's underneath so that... Well, this isn't a blind run. That was just me misremembering where everything was because it has been a couple of years. But anyway, try Wii games with shooting and you will realize, if you're willing to give it a try, or at the very least, gyro aiming like this, and you'll realize, oh my god, this is movement I've never fucking had before. Instead of doing what the one guy did, where he had the fucking audacity to tell me I was wrong when he's never played the goddamn game.
I said, remember, on the internet, it's not about being more right, it's about who thinks they're more right.
It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So anyway, do you agree with me that the one streamer was being a bit of an asshole? I know in my rant, making fun of him, I was kind of being an asshole, but at the same time, I think my point stands. It seems like he has never played the Wii in his entire life, and I actually played the Wii. I still own a Wii, and I think the camera aiming in Metroid Prime Trilogy is amazing. And I said that, and he basically had a mental breakdown where he would not shut up about how a casual console like the Wii just could not be the best console for shooters. And like I said when I was making fun of him, he was like, I don't know, man. I don't see how shaking and waggling the controller would be good for aiming. I don't get it, man. All you do is shake and waggle that thing. How is that good for aiming if you're just shaking and waggling? What does that have to do with aiming? I don't get it. And I was like, dude, it's a camera and it follows a pointer. This man refused to acknowledge that the Wii could be good for shooters, and he's never touched a Wii, and somehow the person who played the Wii is the one in the wrong, where he even had to do that annoying passive-aggressive thing of, whatever you say, man, but I don't get it. It's like, why should I have to play on the casual Wii? Why should I have to play on the Waggle console? Why should I need a controller that you have to sit there and shake like crazy? It's like, dude, you're not shaking it. You're pointing, and the camera follows your arm motions. The pointer will follow the camera. You move around, and it follows where you're moving as long as the camera sees it. And I stand by this. This guy was just being an asshole that refused to acknowledge that the Wii could be used like this because he was under the impression that it's all shaking and waggling, even though it's not. That video that me and Carson were quoting, I stand by. People really did refuse to acknowledge the progress that you could get out of a camera-based aiming system on something like a Wii Remote, where you track a pointer, and that gives you way more movement and nuance than a stick would ever give you, and gyro aiming is a really good approximation of that, but people refuse to acknowledge that this type of control method is actually good, other than a few people that actually did give it a shot and realize, oh, this actually is good for shooters. It's why I was making fun of the one guy, because somehow somebody that never touched a Wii is 100% correct and knows what a good shooter should be, and the person who touched a Wii is somehow wrong because the Wii is 100% a console where all you do is shake and waggle the controller like an idiot, even though the camera aiming thing is quite literally, it looks at the sensor bar. You move the Wii Remote around, and it tracks the movement, and the motion tracking moves a pointer on screen, so you point at whatever you are aiming at, and essentially the pointer follows your movement, and it really is quite nice. But anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.